Hi, good morning. How's everyone doing today?
Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are at in the world, and welcome to the
Savanh
Savant
Family
Family Show.
Show.
And we are super excited to have you here. It's Monday morning. Hopefully that
Yes,
you had a great week last week
yes,
and you are prepared and ready for this week, right? You got it?
absolutely.
Set
I
all your
am.
goals, your outcomes, right? You got everything going. You're ready to go. It's what time is it right now? 9:30 in the morning Central Time, wherever you're at. You're like, if you're in Asia, you're like, I just finished my day and I crushed it, right? And if
Yes,
you're in the U.S., you're like, yes, I'm starting my day, I'm crushing it. Or you're somewhere in Europe, you're midday, you're like, yeah, I'm absolutely crushing. Hopefully that's happening for you, right? And if it's not, great. At the end of the day, it's time to change your approach. That's all you have to do,
yes,
right? So we are super excited to have you here. And look, a GPS, right? A GPS, really, in order for it to be effective, it has a destination, right? You punch in the new destination you want to get to, and then it also, in order for it to create the course, to navigate you, to create the way to get there, right? It needs to know your current location,
yes,
correct? And then after it knows those two things, then it creates basically a roadmap of how you're going to get to your destination from where you're currently at, right?
yep,
Well, a relationship is exactly the same thing. It needs those three things as well.
yep.
It needs the destination, it needs a current location, and it needs the way to get there, right, to the destination. So let's really find out how to do that in a relationship, how this same theory applies to a relationship on those three things. So, the big question is this: how do married couples like us, who have busy schedules, run high performing businesses, face challenges daily, raise multiple children,
And yet, still remain in love, passionate, and happy like when we first dated.
that is the question. And this show will give you the answers.
Welcome to the Savant Family Show.
Master your relationship, your life, and your business now. And if this is your first time watching us, we just want to welcome you. And my name is C. Savanh. This is my beautiful wife, my angel, my queen, my amazing business partner, Phyllis Savanh.
Hi.
And today is super, really, really cool. This is a new topic, series that we're talking about. This is marriage advice.
Yes,
And the topic today is relationship stages, right? So that's our marriage advice for you today is relationship stages. And really, if you look at everything that in a relationship, there's really 7 stages of relationships you're in, right? And we're going to walk you through every single one of them. And the very first one, baby, is newness, right? That's the newness, the brand new, where you feel you're so in love and you're so passionate about each other, and this is where you're just getting acquainted. And the crazy part about it is, you think about that relationship type one. Stage one is, you think, wow, that's just because they just started dating or just started, just really got married. Well, this can actually last. This stage can actually last. It's not time. It's about, it's about love. It's about passion. It's about being alive.
yes,
Okay, so that's really what stage you're at. So when we go through these 7 stages, really dive deep into, what stage are you at, right? And that's what we're going to discuss here, is really finding out what stage you're at first. Because in order, just like a GPS, in order for it to be effective, your relationship, for you to navigate towards the right destination, to create the directions you need, you have to really know where you're at. Okay?
yeah. So I would like to share a story with you. Again, last year, a little bit earlier than this year. It's been, quite a while. I decided to give my ring to my husband C's, and he was like in a shock. He's like, "Well, what happened? Why are you asking me for divorce?" And then we realized that the stages that we were in, that we thought our relationship is totally on a 2 separate stages.
Yes.
Because for me is, I am giving up, I'm done. But in his world, we are still gelling really well and doing very good.
Yes.
And this is the reason why he's always so passionate about asking people, hey, do you know where is your stages? Because you might think that you are actually at this stage right now, but maybe your partner is not at that stage.
It's very important to be
So
on the
that's
same stage.
yeah. So that's the reason why we want to share with you. So that way, once in a while, maybe every quarter, ask your couple, ask your significant other, where are we really at? So that way you can really know, okay, where are you really at? Especially, the men out there. I know that you're working so hard trying to build the legacy, projecting your future. But remember, today is the present. That's why we call it the present. Yes. It's a present from God. It's a present that you can give to your family. And make sure that you always focus on the present too. And make sure you also understand, where your stages are. So, baby, just fire it away. Let us know what are the stages.
And then the second stage is, love, no passion, right? Where you are in love, where you love each other dearly, but passion is just not there. It's like, it's as if the lights are turned off, right? It's fizzled away. And you're like, what's going on? Where did it go? And when did it go? How did it go? And there's several things that can affect this, right? New children, new job, new career, stressors, all kinds of stuff, no variety. So there's so many things that can actually affect it. So that's stage number 2. Stage 3 is you're in a relationship where there's very little love and passion, very little, or really none at all, right? It's almost like you're not necessarily dead, but you're definitely not alive, right? The relationship definitely not alive. You feel more like roommates, feel more like friends, feel more like family members than and there's no intimacy there. There's no intimate relationship, and that's the difference between a friendship and an intimate relationship is the intimacy, and you feel more like you're roommates instead of lovers.
Yes, and I think this happened quite a bit in if you're a very responsible person, you're like, oh, it's okay, even though I'm not getting my need fulfilled, I'm just going to stay in the relationship because I have a responsibility to fulfill.
Yes.
We've seen this a lot in the Asian couple. It's like, hey, you want to eat? Okay, let's go eat. Hey, you want to do this? Let's do this. But there's no passion anymore. It just, oh, this is just what I am supposed to do. So let's just get it done.
Yeah.
Right. And again, if you're getting into that stage, it's very dangerous. You might want to do, pull it back up. But that's usually, where you are. If you're really responsible, and you're staying it because of the duty, that's usually where where you hang out.
Yes. And then stage 4 is you're halfway out the door, right? You are, we'll wait for the kids to, go to college, then we'll get a divorce, or we won't be with each other because it's just, it's just that bad, right? There seems to be a lot more pain than there is pleasure. It seems a lot be more in a settled relationship than an alive relationship, right? Where instead of having deep, great, fun, talks, you guys and conversations, you guys are just communicating about to-dos, right? And you're just kind of waiting for something to happen in order for you to really make a decision to leave each other. You're halfway out the door, okay? And then number 5 is you are not in a relationship, but you want one. Well, you want to be one, right? And the 5th stage is there's a level of fear, right? You're letting it's like driving a car forward, but you're really looking in the rearview mirror, right? Because you're letting your past relationships dictate your future relationships, right? Whatever happened, maybe you were in an abusive relationship or in a relationship where you loved and cared too much about the other person. They didn't, and they left you, whatever it is, and you're letting that set the precedence for your future relationships, right? So that is the relationship where you want one, but you're just afraid to take action to move forward, right? So, and then stage number 6 is you are not in a relationship, but you believe that you do not need one, right? And this is dangerous. Why? Because you are really, really, really letting a relationship situation really determine your decision on whether to getting into your belief system that you don't need another person. And quite honestly here, folks, you and I both know this. Love is the strongest, most powerful human force. We all need it, right? And when we say love, we're not just talking about I love you as my brother and sister, or I love on you and you love on me. We're talking about intimate relationship love, right? We all need that. We need, we're made to connect. We're made to love. We're made to serve. We're made to give as well as receive love. And the most powerful force is, loving somebody is great. Knowing that you love somebody in the world intimately, but the most powerful force is getting back that love from somebody else, that they love you just as much, if not more, that love comes back to you. That is the most powerful human force, right? And then level 7, the last level is, it's like the first stage is honeymoon, right? When we talk about love and passion, right? Your love and passion, the newness. The stage 7 is what I consider the real honeymooners. What that means is you have that love, you have that passion, you have that happiness as if you were at the very beginning.
Yes.
But now you have found a way where call it divorce proof, call it next level, continuously, whatever you want to call it, but you have that same love and passion and that
Yes.
happiness, that joy, everything that you did at the very beginning. But this is different because you know each other, right? This is experience, this is years, right? Like for us, we've been together here 16 years, right? But why does it feel like we were just started dating, and why does it feel like that? But at the same time, we know each other so well, and we continue to take that and be conscious, to be present here, to take that to the next level and grow it, actually, not just have it, but to
Mm-hmm.
essentially grow it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's number 7, where you just nothing can penetrate you guys at all, right? And you call it divorce proof, whatever it is, but that's really just growing your love to the next level and continuously grow and strengthen it, right?
Yes.
So that the reason why we want to share those relationship stages with you is because, again, just like at GPS, the first tip that we're going to have with you is, now that you know these 7 stages, now sit down, and before you punch in the destination where you want to go, you got to know where you're at,
Yes.
right? So sit down and really talk. And this is very important. Like my baby said here, there was a point in time where I didn't know, right? I was just kind of like sleepwalking almost. I was, unconscious for some reason, where I felt like we were just fine. We were fine. And the word fine is not fine. It's not a good word whatsoever, but
Yes.
I just thought we were fine. And really, I settled, right? And she wanted more, right? She wanted
Mm-hmm.
more. And I was like, we're together. We've been together for 14. Yeah, that's okay. We're together, right? We just do things, and we're running the business, running life, and I definitely at that time didn't know where I was at, right? And especially I knew where we are at, she knew where we were at, but we didn't know where we were at together. Does that make
Yes.
sense? Which caused a lot of issues. Yep. And
Yes.
then yeah, so
So the first stage is obviously know where you are. Make sure that you comment below if you want to, and let us know where do you think you are in your relationship, or better yet, let us know whether you and your wife
on the
or
same
your
page.
partner, are really agree on where you guys are at the same time.
Yes. And then the second tip is know where you want to be, right?
Yes.
Know where you want to go, right? So this whole series today, what we're talking about, is something you definitely have to do together, right? Knowing where you are is so important, because if you feel that you are, you're in love, right? You're in love and you're passionate, but your
Mm-hmm.
partner's like, well, I do love you, and I know you love me, but we have lost our spark though, honey. And you're like, wow, that might surprise you, right? And if that doesn't go unfixed, it's going to cause bigger issues down the road. So you're like, wow, really? So what does passion mean to you? Well, this is what passion means. Oh man, I didn't. Yeah, you used to do this, or we used to do this together. That's so important to understand that. And then once you understand that, now you guys can start moving in the right direction, which is knowing where you want to be, right? And then
Yes.
what does a next level relationship look like? Right? What does it look like? Maybe it's something where you're like, I love us, we're passionate, but man, I want to keep it, I want to grow it stronger and stronger, and we want to take it to the next level, right, honey? And you're like, yeah, I do. And now you're both understanding each other, right?
Yep.
Knowing the direction you want to go, right? So what do? Let's add more variety to our relation. Okay, how do we do that? Well, maybe we add a couple of mini vacations every single month. We just go somewhere new. Or hey, on our date night, let's try this whole year, just this year, not going to the same place every week we go out. For the next 52 weeks, let's go 52 different restaurants, or 52 different places to eat, or 52 different places to visit. Oh, that's awesome. That's what we mean by know where you want to be, right? Know where you want to go. That's so important.
Yeah, I think again, we are two individual human being. That's the best word that I can think about. And we also like different things. The reason why we attract to each other most likely is because we are polar opposite of each other. So it's okay that we have a different way of experiencing life and enjoying life. Luckily we both like spicy food. A lot of time, if you get into a couple, there's one that likes spicy food and doesn't like to have spicy food. I was actually attending Athena Sisterhood, and today, this week they were talking about actually exotic, like what exotic type you are, and it really opened my mind, because there's actually people that are sensual, which they like, they like to be feel, but they're very sensitive to music. There's another type of people, I can't remember the word exactly, but they're just very active and they just want to, just go big or go home kind of type. And then, but when those two are together and have their intimacy, they have a lot of clashes in the bedroom. because they didn't actually really understand what each other need. So then it become a turn off more than gelling with each other. So again, you need to have this all these communication and know where do you really want to be. Do you prefer to be touched in this way? Do you love to be hugged in a tight way, a loosen way, right? Again, it's just like, but all these questions starting with, to know where you are in the relationship stages, and where do you really wanted to go, which stage you really wanted to go, and then work on it from there, and then check it down, make sure that you work on it in details.
Awesome, awesome. And then the last tip we have for you is really remove all obstacles that can get in the way, right?
Yes.
So, like a GPS, when you punch it in, if it's creating the directions, right? Let's say there's a construction site,
Mm-hmm.
or something happened, a road closed, it's gonna direct you to a different, different street, different path, right?
Yes.
And same thing. So, what you want to do is when you find out, hey, this is where we're at, where we want to be. Those are all the great things, right?
Yep.
Where we're at, where we want to be, all the great things. Now, once you get there, okay, awesome. We're on the same page now, where we are, where we want to be. Now it's time to talk about what are some of the obstacles that can prevent us from having this life
Yes.
together, right? What have we done that was not so great? So
Yep.
it's also very important to talk about what have we done. Interesting. So let's talk about that. Let's remove them, right? So remove them,
Yep.
and what have we done either individually or together, right? And any foreseeable obstacles that we can remove to take it out of our way, right? That can potentially get in our way. So for a good example is, it might be even something simple as, well, I know you wanted to make a decision on this one career move, but man, what if that career move is taking us in a totally different trajectory in terms of finances, and we're not able to do those 2 3 things that we want to do every single month that's new, right?
Yes.
That could be a potential obstacle. So I'm just sharing you just as a made up story here, but that could be something you guys discuss and be like, wow, that's cool. Let's not make that decision now. Then it could be a decision you guys make together, right? So it's very, very important to remove any obstacles that can get in the way. Just like a GPS will get you to your destination. The key is it's going to get you and remove and get you through the directions of construction, whatever it is, and your relation will have construction sites.
Yes, I think remove and the obstacle. I mean, one thing that I have that we have been working on is our identity. What is the identity at this moment, right? During this weekend, we actually attended Tony Robbins Leadership Academy, and we found out that there's this identity that is within him called, and we name it. We call it keto. And I was like, man, I really enjoyed this keto person because he just have a lot of light fun, and he was just really easy to work with. So now I know that, hey, whenever he is working and he has this intense look, or he's ready to have a relationship with me, but he was still bringing the warrior in him, to our relationship. I was like, hey, can you call keto out, because I really want to hang out with keto, because that's who I want to. As simple as that. And then there's time that I was too power woman, right? Like what he say, Wonder Woman. I'm like Wonder Woman. I wanted to execute. I want to get things done. This is what I need for my business. And he's like, hey, baby, I need the lover in you that is coming off. We haven't named that person yet, so we're gonna name it pretty soon. And we're gonna share with you what the name is gonna be, because then when he say, hey, I need this person, sunshine coming out, then I'll be like, oh, that's right. I gotta calm myself down, throw all the business baggages away, and be like, okay, I'm totally present right now. I'm gonna be with you. And one of my identity is actually sunshine, because I can feel the ray of the sun, how bright it is, and I wanted to bring as much sunlight to you, to people around me, and I can be relaxed, right?
Yes.
So that would be a good code for it. Again, I don't know what is the obstacle that you guys are dealing with,
Yeah.
but I thought this subject is a great subject, because that's gonna bring up a lot of potential communications, like what is really the obstacle that you have, what is really the challenge that you have right now, how can we remove them. And sometimes those are the things that's just really subconscious, or just small little things. I know that one thing that we are working on right now is to remove the word but. So anytime you hear us saying the word but, comment below and say, "Cease, you just but out," or "Phyllis, you just but out." Because during the leadership conference, he talks about if you use the word but, people tend to push back. So we don't want any pushback anymore. So we're gonna be moving forward. We're gonna be end people. So if you wanted to do this movement with us, instead of but, it's gonna be an end. Work with us. Comment below. Say, yes, man. We are gonna do an end relationship, and so that our relationship is gonna get better, and we're not gonna have any more pushback. Comment below and say that hey, I am in.
Most definitely. Yes, and if you like this video, please hit the like button and comment, and follow us here on our page.
Yep.
And if you have something to add to this subject to share with everybody else, because you are a loving person, please do. Right? We want to know what you feel about this relationship stages.
Yes.
And if you want to share, great. You can share, and we'll share with you ours. Ours is at that last level, stage 7, where there's love, there's passion, there's joy, there's happiness, but we just know each other. We just know each other so well that we, and we're at the stage where, yes, we have, we have divorce proof our marriage, right? And there's nothing that can get in the way of that, even ourselves, right? But the coolest part is to grow that love and passion to the next level. We work on that every single day, and because we love level 7, we in stage 7, where we want to stay here and continue growing it even more than this. And then the other reason why we do it is because so we can share with you our experiences of how we're able to stay in this stage. Okay?
Yes, and we also wanted to motivate you that problem is great. Problem is a gift. If you have no problem, like what Tony said, if you have no problem, you belong to
cemetery.
Because the only people that have no problem, they usually lie in the cemetery, right?
Yes.
So again, it's great to have problem, it's great to have obstacle, because then you will kind of like what people always say, right? Some guys like, man, I love fights. You're like, why? Because the makeup sex is amazing, right? So again, same thing, you have to have problem and then challenges, because you're building that muscle. Do we have challenges?
Most
of
definitely.
course. Do we have obstacle? Of course, because we're actually growing a relationship to the next level. And we're enjoying every single obstacle that we have, because it's like, hey, why do you think a movie is a great movie? Because they go through all the challenges and have happily ever after.
Yes.
And then you're waiting for the season 2 to come on. What else is going on, right?
Yes, most definitely.
So that's it. So the summary of today, relationship stages, know where you are. There's 7 stages. Sis, I think I put it underneath the description. And figure out where do you want to be. Know where you want to be, so that way you can continue working towards it. Yep. And then, remove all the obstacle that can get in the way. So in the way, you are, challenge proof.
Yes, that'll help you close the gap, get you to your destination a lot more quicker, faster, more effectively. So again, we love you. We thank you for watching our show here and listening to us and adding value back to us by commenting. We look forward to seeing you on the next series. Love you.
See you in the next video.
If you like this show, subscribe now.
Remember, mastery starts here.
See you on the next show.